Alright, checking the frame on a truck you're gonna buy. The recall areas are, I believe, the rear tire carrier area, the frame overlap, which we'll get to, and maybe some of the front, but I think it depends on the year. But so if you're gonna spend your hard-earned money on Tundra, and I imagine a Tacoma is not much different. I think they had a recall too. These are the areas that I checked that you're probably going to want to check. So like the inside frame rails, we're on the rear bumper here. Any like holes, walk away. Keep in mind this thing's been coated with molylith grease and fluid film and surface shield over the years. And then it's got a layer of dirt on it, so it doesn't look pretty, but it's not rusting through. You can come up here. I mean, I would go as far as, I mean, this is not horrible, but there's rust there. But this shit is just saturated, and I do it every year in, you know, some kind of protectant. Get up on the top side of the rear spot, tire carrier area. Because this essentially ties this side in to that side of the frame rail. And if this shit's crumbling like a lot of them do, then I wouldn't fuck with it. I mean, you can poke around. This is the hitch receiver, so it's not on every vehicle. But if it's all looks like it's been living in the Titanic, I'd walk away. Obviously, the underside of the bed is, I guess, optional because you can replace that easier than the frame. Anything that, like this is gonna get treated again tonight. I've pulled the bed off, used OSFO on it after cleaning it up and wire brushing it, put the OSFO on there, and then greased everything I could get my hands on. And I still come down here and periodically check, kind of like I'm doing now. If you got anything that's scaling like all over something you're gonna buy, might, unless you're really good at fabbing and welding, it might be something to walk away from. Rear pumpkin, rear axle is a good spot to look at, but you know, if you get up in the frame anywhere and it looks like it's been undercoated with fucking paint, like they're hiding something and it looks too clean, that's a pretty good telltale sign. So you can come up in here, we're behind the gas tank here, and I won't be able to see it when I get on the other side, but down in here there's a frame overlap. On this side you can see it better. That's the stiffener that you hear people refer to, and that stiffener is, can I get it here? I think that's right there. That right there. So a lot of that will start to delaminate and look like, you know, Leo DiCaprio fucking reincarnated from the Titanic, brought that shit back up with him. If it is like flaking off on the top side and, you know, the metal's not the actual shape that it looks like it should be, that's a problem area. Anywhere under here, but you know, the frame itself, let me slide under here. I mean, check the bottom of the frame rails. That should tell you, you know, a lot. This one's hard to look up underneath because the fucking gas tank's in the way. I mean, you can see it a little bit right there. This isn't scale, it's just some surface rust. It's about to get doused. That stiffener starts, right there and runs that way. Here it is on the passenger side. So this is the beginning of, I suppose, delamination, or maybe shit, you know, a little bit of that and some crud getting up in there. These cross members and where they attach are a big issue. Anything that overlaps, essentially. You want to roll down toward the front, and you get into the boxed end portion is one of the, I guess, harder to see areas. And this will lead. If it looks like hell from here, you can only imagine what the front of it looks like. Driver's side. I don't know if I can get it to focus. You get the idea. What I ended up doing with all of this was obviously spraying. There's a couple pieces of metal that overlap down in there. You can see that. So that's an important area to kind of look at.